This week's weekly ritual is dedicated to the memory and the artwork of ghost cult photographer Luke Denham, who passed away this week. Rest in peace. What's up, everybody? It's Keefe. You're watching another edition of the Weekly Ritual, Ghost Cult's news show, right here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. GhostCultMag.com is a small business. This week's sponsor is Liquid Death Mountain Spring Water. More on them in a minute. With that out of the way, let's get into it.
In case you missed it, features at Ghost Cult.
Check out our new interview with Sean Dowdell of Grey Daze. We talked all about their new album, The Phoenix, which features contributions from the late, great Chester Bennington of Linkin Park. We also talked to MC Dalek, Will Brooks of Dalek. Their new album, Precipice, is out now from Ipecac. On the Ghost Cult Magazine podcast, check out our exclusive interview with Art Alexakis of Everclear. They're on tour now supporting the 30th anniversary re-release of their debut, World of Noise. You can catch these hands, or catch me, on the Glacially Music Pouredcast with my co-host Nick Cameron, beer, metal, swearing, vinyl, and much more.
And now, the news rundown.
Canadoom Campout is this week in Lebanon, Maine, and features a bunch of killer stoner doom bands like Dust Prophet and Coma Hold. Fire in the Mountains is next week at the foot of the Grand Tetons in Wyoming and is curated by Einar Bjornsson of Enslaved. Strange updates from Splendor In The Grass in Australia. Due to a new rule by the Australian government, with just a week to go before the festival, they changed the rules for unattended minors due to underage drinking. This has caused thousands of fans to worry they cannot get into the festival. What a terrible predicament. We will bring you updates as we learn more. Punk in the Park is coming back to the OC in Southern California, and it's headlined by Bad Religion and Dropkick Murphys. Finally, after months of rumors, Monomarth will hit the road this fall with Carcass, Obituary, and Cattle Decapitation for a monumental tour. Knocked Loose has announced new headline dates with direct support from Dying Fetus. I think it was just a few tours ago that Knocked Loose opened for Dying Fetus. Pretty cool.
100% mountain water from the Austrian Alps. 860.9 ounce tall boy. Liquid Death comes in two flavors: mountain spring water and sparkling water. Entirely from 100% aluminum cans.
Amorphis, supporting their new album, has announced a huge tour with Eluvati, Dark Tranquillity, and Nail to Obscurity. Hawthone Heights has announced their Is for Lovers festivals in Colorado, Kansas, and Ohio, and they're having a free event this weekend in Colorado to kick off a summer of fun. Alt-rock and punk legend Bob Mould, best known for Husker Du and Sugar, is kicking off a headline tour in just a few weeks. OTEP has been forced to reschedule their expected Senestra 20th anniversary show at the Whiskey A Go-Go in LA to September. Tickets are still on sale now. Wrecking Ball Fest is coming to Texas next month and is co-headlined by Municipal Waste and Fest founders Frozen Soul. Killing Joke has announced 2 special shows in London next year celebrating their early albums. They're also expected to drop a brand new album next year. Volbeat has booked a big tour of Europe with direct support from Bad Wolves and Napalm Death. Did you know Volbeat used to be a death metal band under a different name? Pretty amazing. Check it out. Oceans of Slumber are dropping a new album next week on Century Media Records, and they have booked a headline tour. Carnifex, as expected, has booked a 15th anniversary Dead in My Arms tour featuring Spite and a bunch more bands. Fresh off their tour with Jawbreaker, Jawbox, not to be confused, will be doing a 3-show residency next week at Le Poisson Rouge. Tickets are selling out now. And finally, in the tours and fest news, Fucked Up has announced a string of tour dates with Pony opening in direct support. Big news as Architects has dropped a brand new single and video for their track Tear Gas off their upcoming new album, The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit, coming from Epitaph Records this fall. Metallica's Master of Puppets, an album that is 36 years old, has broken into the Billboard charts along with the song of the same name because it was on Stranger Things. We brought you the news last week that Metallica's Master of Puppets was featured in the season finale of Stranger Things. That song is climbing all the charts, not just the rock and metal charts, but the pop charts too, on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and more. Amazing. Metallica's Enter Sandman was also heard this week on Westworld, so Metallica infiltrating everything as they always do. Nita Strauss has stepped down from her responsibilities in the Alice Cooper Band after 8 years. It doesn't sound like a permanent quitting. Rather, Nita's moving on to some other opportunities. She also canceled all of her headline tour dates scheduled for the summer and fall. Rumor has it she's going to go on tour as the guitarist for Demi Lovato, who is putting out a new album that is said to be more punk and heavy metal, Demi's roots, rather than pop music. If that's true, congratulations, Nita, and we do hope you come back to Alice someday. Moon Age Daydream, the brand new documentary about David Bowie's life, sanctioned and approved by his family, has a release date. September 16th is the global release date in all theaters and IMAX. Watch the trailer now. End and Cult Leader, two immensely heavy bands, are dropping a split EP, Gathering More, this fall, and they both dropped new singles this week you can check out now. Descendents have clapped back against the Oath Keepers. Former member of the Oath Keepers, Jason Van Tatenhove, testified in front of the January 6th committee about the insurrectionist traitors against America from January 6, 2020, and he is a lifelong punk fan and wore a Descendents shirt during the hearing. Terrible. The band has distanced themselves and doesn't want anything to do with those guys, even if he's a fan. Do you like puzzles? We like puzzles! Iron Maiden has new puzzles coming out. 2 500-piece puzzles are coming from Z Productions' Rocksaw's line of rock bands and metal band puzzles. Celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Number of the Beast this year, they will have puzzles for Run to the Hills and the Number of the Beast single cover artwork. So very cool. Also in the nerd toy sphere, Alice in Chains are getting Funko Pops, finally, and they're getting a Funko Pop album set for their album Dirt that turns 30 years old this fall. The Devil Wears Prada dropped a new single and a video for their song Salt, and they have announced Color Decay as their new album coming soon from Solid State Records. Could NFTs solve the problem of ticket scalping? We brought you a news story not too long ago that ticket and festival prices especially are going up and up and up since the pandemic ended because of scalping and other factors. Now, Hypebot, a music blog you should read, especially if you have a band or a music industry career, has speculated that NFTs could hold the key to blocking out bot software and other things because NFTs are on the blockchain and they're secure and they're coded just to your one user wallet. Personally, I'm not a big fan of NFTs, but if you are, drop a comment and let us know. I kind of feel like NFT stands for noobs follow trends. Moths, the psychedelic doom band from Puerto Rico, has dropped a visualizer for the first single from their new album, Space Force. I just feel like it needs to be something like that, Space Force. Coming next month. Check it out.
And now for a look at New Music Friday.
Know the Skyway, Reset EP, self-released. Anthrax XL Blu-ray CD, Megaforce Records. Anti-Gamma, Whiteout, Self-Made God Records. Ashenspire, Hostile Architecture, RO Records. Battering Ram, Second to None, Uprising Records. Behold the Monolith, the Fathomless Deep, Ripple Music. Birth, Born, Bad Omen Records. Celestial Wizard, Winds of the Cosmos, self-released. Deaf Havana, The Present is a Foreign Land, So Recordings. Deathbringer, It, Unique Leader Records. Defecated Decay, Troops of Abomination, Silent Watcher Records. Edwin, Tumbling Through the Floatyverse, K-Scope. Entombed, 666, To Ride, Shoot Straight, and Speak the Truth re-release. 3-Man Records, The Ever-Living, Artificial Devices, self-released. Fellowship, The Saberlight Chronicles, Scarlet Records. God is an Astronaut, The Beginning of the End, Napalm Records. Grave Lines, Communion, New Heavy Sounds. Grombira, Lunar Dunes, Tanzonin Records. Hissing, Hypervirulence Architecture, Profound Lore. Ian Blurton's Future Now, Second Skin, Seeing Red Records. Inhuman Condition, Fearsick, Listenable Insanity. Josiah, We Lay on Cold Stone, Blues Funeral Recordings. Laces Out, Roger Podactor EP, Nefarious Records. Lucid Grave, Cosmic Mountain, Electric Valley Records. Mantar, Pain is Forever and This is the End, Metal Blade Records. Midnight Odyssey, Echoes of a Celestial Ruin, I Voidhanger Records. Mirage, The Sequel from the Vaults. Molder, Engrossed in Decay, Prosthetic Records. Orianthe, Live from Hollywood, Frontiers, SRL. Palace, One for the Road, Frontiers, SRL. Palisades, Reaching Hypercritical, Rise Records. Primal Fear re-release, Atomic Fire Records. Returnity, Cosmic Dreams, MDD Records. Scarcity, Evolute, The Flenser. Senses Fail, Hell is in Your Head, Pure Noise Records. Sick and Beautiful, Starstruck, Frontiers, SRL. Sinner, Brotherhood, Atomic Fire Records. The Wake Dead Gathering, Parallaxium, I Voidhanger Records. Witnesses, The Holy Water EP, self-release. And Xenoglyph, Spirit Fraud, Translation Lost Recordings.
And now for a look in our mailbag.
This week's mailbag didn't come in the mail. We went to a show. Remember shows? We've been going to shows. We went to go see Darkest Hour, Toxic Holocaust, and Darkness Everywhere at Bottom of the Hill in San Francisco. And I got this awesome Darkness Everywhere debut album from them at the merch table. And it's killer. Darkness Everywhere features members of Light the City, Crepuscule, and super producer Zach Oren. And they slayed in only their second show ever. It was amazing. We got some awesome stickers from their label, Creator Destructor, and the band Darkness Everywhere. And it also has a very fine lyric sheet, very beautiful glossy printed lyric sheet with some thank yous on the back and a band photo. And this beautiful wine colored vinyl, wine for the Bay Area maybe, and beautiful etching on the back of the band's logo. Check that beauty out. Very nice. Thanks, Darkness Everywhere. You guys rule. You made it to this part of the show, so you know what time it is. It's the end. GhostCultMag.com is a small business, and we really appreciate the support. As we say every week at this juncture of the show, it's a tough time in the world, so please, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember to keep metal in your heart forever.